Can Usain Bolt's 200-meter record ever be broken? With rising stars challenging the limits of speed, one question looms: who will rewrite history? The answer might surprise you. In the world of track and field, there are few records as iconic as Usain Bolt's 200-meter world record of 19.19 seconds. It's a time that has stood tall for almost 15 years, a testament to Bolt's sheer superiority. The question now is, who is going to break this record? To put this in perspective, Bolt's 2009 performance at the World Championships in Berlin was an electrifying moment in sprinting history. He shattered his own record of 19.30 seconds from the 2008 Beijing Olympics, setting a time of 19.19 that many believed would last forever. His speed, his style, and his ability to rise to the occasion made him a global legend. And yet, even Bolt himself wasn't entirely confident about which of his records would stand the test of time. When asked, which record will go first, he simply laughed and responded, not worried about none of them. His thoughts were focused on the future, and if anyone had the mental fortitude to maintain such confidence, it was Usain Bolt. Bolt, when pressed about the possibility of his 200-meter or 100-meter records being broken, said he believed the 100 meters would be more difficult to surpass due to its explosive nature. He explained, "The 100-meter is going to be harder because it's quicker, and if you make a mistake during the race, you're not going to get it. It's a lot more technical." As for the 200-meter record, he felt it would likely go last, but he didn't seem particularly concerned. After all, Bolt was in a class of his own. However, the field of athletes chasing his records is far from static, and the chase is intensifying. Among the brightest stars, hoping to shatter Bolt's 200-meter record, is Noah Lyles, the American sprinter who is quickly rising through the ranks. Lyles has made no secret of his ambition to surpass Bolt's legendary 19.19 second mark. "I want to be the best at track and field," he said. And he's not just talking about breaking records, he's talking about cementing his place among the greats of all time. Lyles has a burning desire to carve out his own legacy, and what better way to do that than by surpassing the man who redefined sprinting? In 2023, Lyles proved that he has the tools to reach such heights when he set a national record in the 200 meters with a blistering time of 19.31 seconds. While this wasn't quite enough to topple Bolt's mark, it was the third fastest time in history. Lyles is making it clear that he's not just a contender, he's a serious threat. His training has focused on every detail, with special attention given to improving his start, which he has acknowledged as his weakest area. His coach, Lance Brauman, emphasized the importance of the first 30 meters, stating, "That's where he has the biggest gap to improve." As Lyles said, "It's very motivating, and that's clear in the way he approaches each race with the determination of someone who knows what's at stake." His ultimate goal is to not just break Bolt's record, but to surpass it and leave a lasting legacy of his own. Yet, while Lyles is undoubtedly a favorite, he is not alone in the hunt for Bolt's 200-meter record. There are other athletes who have appeared as serious threats to the long-standing mark, including Botswana's Letsile Tebogo, who made headlines in 2024. Tebogo's Olympic victory in Paris, where he claimed the 200-meter gold in a personal best of 19.46 seconds, sent shockwaves through the sprinting world. This performance not only earned him the gold medal, but also secured Botswana's first ever Olympic gold in athletics. Tebogo's time, while still some way off Bolt, 19.19, represents the kind of rapid improvement that suggests he could be a major force in the future. Tebogo, who had already made waves at the 2023 World Championships, is not shying away from the challenge of breaking Bolt's record. When asked about his chances, he was measured in his response, stating, "I see it, but I don't want to rush. Maybe in 3 or 4 years, when I'm 24, I'll give it a shot." His patient, yet persistent approach to his career suggests that, like Lyles, Tebogo is a serious contender for the 200-meter crown. And then there's the young Australian prodigy, Gout Gout, whose recent 200-meter time of 20.29 seconds at just 16 years old is turning heads. While Gout's time may seem modest compared to Bolt's record, the comparisons to the Jamaican legend are impossible to ignore. Back in 2003, Bolt, also 16, ran a 20.13 in the 200 meters, marking the beginning of his extraordinary career. Could Goot follow in those footsteps? It's too early to say, but his rise has been swift, and the potential is there for him to make a mark on the sport in the coming years. Goot's focus on building his own legacy sets him apart from others in the field, but the comparisons to Bolt are unavoidable. As Goot himself admitted, "It's pretty cool because Usain Bolt is arguably the greatest athlete of all time." Yet, his humility shines through when he says, "But I'm Goot Goot, and I'm trying to make a name for myself." The road ahead for Goot is long, but his early achievements suggest that he could be a key player in the battle for Bolt's records in the future. One athlete whose progress has been remarkable is Erriyon Knighton, the fastest teenage 200-meter runner in history. At just 18 years old, Knighton has already run a blistering 19.49 seconds, making him the fourth fastest 200-meter sprinter of all time. His rise has been meteoric, and with each race, he seems to be getting faster. Knighton's goal is clear. "I actually want to go sub-19. And while that may seem like an audacious goal, it's not out of the realm of possibility given his track record. Knighton's 19.49 second time has already placed him in elite company, and he's not done yet. His consistency in breaking the 20-second barrier, something Bolt only achieved twice as a junior, has made him a serious contender. But it's his hunger to improve that really stands out. Knighton, like Lyles and Tebogo, is focused on pushing himself beyond the limits, knowing that breaking Bolt's record is no easy task. He's already revealed that he has the tools to compete with the best in the world. And if he continues to improve, his dream of running a sub-19 could become a reality. As for the question of who will break Bolt's record, it remains an exciting mystery. Lyles, Tebogo, Gout, and Knighton all have the potential to claim the 200-meter crown. But each athlete brings their own unique strengths to the table. Lyles has the experience and the pedigree, while Tebogo and Knighton are rapidly closing the gap with their own extraordinary performances. Gout, meanwhile, is a rising star who has yet to show his full potential, but has already sparked comparisons to the legendary Bolt. Bolt's 19.19 second 200-meter world record may have stood the test of time for over a decade, but the current crop of athletes is chasing it with fierce determination. Personally, I think Noah Lyles has a slight edge over Tebogo because of his experience and consistency. He's been at the top for years and keeps finding ways to get better. Whether it's the 60-meter, 100-meter, or 200-meter, Lyles has shown he's a top competitor across all sprinting events. On the other hand, Tebogo is still a bit of a wild card. He hasn't reached his full potential yet, and as we head into 2025 and beyond, he might level up in a big way. His talent, speed, and hunger to compete make him someone to watch closely. Right now, though, Lyles' experience and ability to adapt make him the strongest contender to challenge Bolt's record. But the future is unpredictable, and this race for sprinting greatness is far from over. Stay tuned, things are only going to get more exciting. As for now, the future of sprinting is wide open. What do you think? Will Noah Lyles break the record? Or is it someone else, maybe Goot, Tebogo, or Knighton, who will emerge as the next great sprinting legend? Time will tell, but one thing is clear. The chase for Bolt's 200-meter record is on, and it's only getting more exciting. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Who do you think has the best shot at making history?